There's not so visit Italy, I'll be there in a heartbeat. Turn around. Yeah. You can do it. They always have those little towns, old homes breaking apart that you can buy cheap. Yeah, every once in a while.
We were looking at, we asked my son, and my son's an agent also.
Yeah,
I'll shut up now.
I was asking the question. Good blame.
I'm just over here still.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me know if you can see my screen. Make sure I've got it right. Make sure you can hear me. If you can't hear me, put in the chat that you can't hear me.
We can
Well,
hear you.
my name is
Good.
Tom. I am from the MLS. So today we're going to talk about MLS Touch. But first, we're going to start in MLS. So on your dashboard, you have a button for MLS Touch. So you can come in here and you can see videos, you can see things about it. Google Store, Apple Store, Google Play. If you have not yet downloaded, you can go and download it. So we're going to go into Matrix. And in Matrix, please read these. Please read the news and alerts. Over the next year, everything about the MLS is going to change. So please watch, please read for the upcoming changes. As of the moment, mid-October, we are going to change the page that you log in. So if you have it saved, once we change it, you're going to need to save the new one. So FYI, as of the moment, mid-October. Please read these. These are the webinars if anyone wants to participate in any of the webinars. All right, so MLS Touch app was launched just under 2 months ago. They had to pick a starting date for the MLS, and that was approximately 2020 or 2021. So if you have not, let me rephrase, if you have been in the MLS before that and your picture was there, it did not pull over to the app. Okay, so we're going to start with that. We're going to show you where to change your picture in the MLS so that it shows up on your app. All right, I just did a video, so a video should be coming out on that here soon. But today we're going to show you. You're going to go into input. Everyone has access to this. Then you're going to come down to the roster. You're going to put in your ID here. And then you're going to edit. You're going to have manage photos, and you're going to click on manage photos.
Can I ask a question? Since
Sure.
now this can be done from the app, I should get my computer instead.
To put your picture in Touch, it has to be done in Matrix. That is correct. But you can just follow along.
Now I won't remember. I'll just follow along. I won't remember it. Not that good.
It's not that hard.
Okay,
I'm getting old. Technically,
input, roster, and then what's it supposed to do?
Input, roster, your ID in the box. Okay, so you want to come down here to the box and you want to put your ID number. Okay.
What's a quick way to find your ID?
What number do you use to log in?
Oh, okay, so just my license number?
Yeah,
Okay.
Wait, how?
yep,
I'm
that's your
sorry.
ID.
How did you get to input? Is
Up
this?
top?
Input is up at the top.
Yeah. Because mine not have, mine.
Does it say more?
Go to more.
Oh, sorry,
You're
sorry, I'm not in more. You're right. Got it.
Yeah, if it says more,
Yep.
it is too big for the screen, so you'll click to more, or sometimes it's 3 lines.
Okay.
Okay? So you will come in and then you'll go down to quick modify, put in your ID number, and then you will click edit. You will only have manage photos. You won't have these other things. Okay? Now, you're not going to have multiple photos there. I have multiple photos. Question?
So sorry,
But all
I
right.
did the wrong thing. I didn't put it under Rust. That's the issue.
Yep. Got to go to roster. Okay.
Sorry.
Now, when you first come in, if you already have a picture there, it's not going to give you the option for certify and save. So you're going to need to browse your computer and you're going to find a photo and you're going to add it. So once you add a new photo, you can move whichever one you want to be the primary slot. And then you will do certify and save. Okay, you need to watch what kind of pictures you put in. This picture here, this one, it shows from my chin to my belly. So you got to watch what you have. So that's why I have this one. It shows up, excuse me, better on the app.
Is there a way to preview the picture before you, like what it's gonna look like on that?
Unfortunately, no. You just got to go into the app. This takes approximately a half hour to show up on the app. So this is not immediate. Some things are immediate and this is not.
When I click it, it says your request will be processed this time. And I went in twice. Maybe I just said nation. Of course I should.
What
I'll show you.
Okay, so what happens when it goes managed photo? Okay.
Oh, now it's doing it.
Of course it is.
This is what came up before. But, yeah, it did it when you learned it's the teacher.
That's it. Scared of me. All right. So once you have your photo in that you want, you're going to click certify and save. And as I said, that will take approximately a half hour to show up. So one of the things we are recommending that the app does not yet do everything. So some of the features you're going to need to have the regular MLS saved on your phone. To help you out, one of the things that we're recommending people do is to come in and do a saved search. Okay? So if you have an auto email already done for your client, what you want to do is you want to come into the auto email.
Does this head computer, not your app as well?
That is correct. This is all, everything we're doing here is for done on the computer, getting you ready for the app. Okay,
Okay, so I have to do this too, or,
only for people that you're going to be out showing properties that want to be on the fly and look things up. Does that make
I
sense?
have a ton of people that are on auto email.
Yeah,
that,
well-
so I have to do it for each one.
Yeah. Okay. So what you'll do is you'll come in to click on the auto email, then you'll click result. Then you'll come down and save it as a new saved search. And then make it something that you're gonna know which client it is.
You said there's a video out there with all this on it, right?
No, all of this is not.
We're recording this though, right?
Yeah, we're recording this.
We could just put this number one. This number two, just.
Okay. All right. So if you wanted associated, you would put it with whatever client. And then you would hit save. Okay?
So
I'm gonna show you, I got a point. We're gonna get there.
So each one, you have to, each save search. You have.
It
to
is.
put the,
It is an option for you,
okay,
okay? You don't have to do it. It is just an option.
but if I don't do this, will they still continue to get the auto search?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely. Okay, this is, like I said, I have a point. I'll get there in a second here. Waiting for it to connect. Waiting. A lot of people are on the internet. Okay. We're having technical difficulties connecting to the internet.
and just to clarify. This app allows our clients to log in and do what we've been doing for them, pretty much. For the auto save, they get it and they can search more.
Yes, they can search more. Just like one home. If one home, they save it, they can do searches there also.
Okay.
But they have to create an account with one home. This they have to download.
Okay.
Great.
So who besides me would get the information on which my clients search? Is it like, do I get notified of what homes they've looked at on their particular app? Since I've set the auto save?
If you have it set to get notified. You have in your settings to get notification when they're in there.
I do.
Okay, so you're gonna get notified.
Okay, but is it recorded anyplace else? So like now, I have it to where on my main screen, I get notified every day of who's opened their app.
Okay,
will I still get that on the app? I don't want it blowing up my email and my text. But will there be something on the MLS Now that I can log in to my MLS Now and see what they've looked at and when they looked at?
it'll be in the app. Okay, I cannot connect.
Which is typical, I mean. Tech always has tech issues.
Well, I didn't stay connected. I should have stayed connected before everybody came in.
You have our Wi-Fi password?
Yeah,
No.
Is this being recorded, you said?
yeah.
I have to pick up 2 teenagers. And if you open the screen, it tells you there's another trip. Well, okay.
And there are webinars and help
Yeah.
that you can watch for MLS Touch. So we go over a lot of different things in there.
Well, secondly, I'm tall person.
Great, yeah, no kidding. Hey, where there's a will, there's a way.
That's the sweet house.
Okay, so this is what MLS Touch looks like currently. This is going to change in one of the updates, so just be aware that it's going to change. They're going to try to make things in one home the same as in the app, so they're gonna move things so that when you're in one home, it looks the same for where the buttons are at. All right, so the first thing we're gonna go to is down here in the corner, we're gonna go to more. Then this is gonna pull up another screen, and if you have your photo in, this is where your photo is going to show up, and we went through where that is. So you're gonna come in and you're gonna go to brand and share. Yes, this screen is gonna come up every time you go into it, but you don't have to scroll through each one of these. You can just come down to the bottom and hit continue to move on. All right. So currently there is a preset. If you click on the preset, you can go to Keller Williams, but it is a generic. If you want Keller Williams legacy, you'll need to get someone to make up a logo that fits. It's 400, I forget the exact size, you'll have to go in and look. And then you can load your logo there. Okay, so you would browse your phone, have it in there and go in and load it. Okay. Share my app. This is a number that is specific to you. This is a generic number. Okay. You can copy this, make it a URL. Yeah, one of those things you can use. What's that?
Link.
Yeah, can make it a link. code, QR code.
I usually meant, it said everything.
Yeah, one of the things he said, talking with sign language here, huh? Okay, this is a generic code. You can send it by text or email, all right? So when you send it by a text, this is what they get. Please download my app. Call me if you need help. And it has your name in it. Okay? Then they will click on the download. Now, some of the phones, it does not show up. The code is down here at the bottom, so you have to scroll up for them to be able to see it. They have to scroll up if it does not all come up on their phone. Okay? So they
if we
click-
do this now, are we gonna have to redo this in October when the change comes?
No. Nope. Okay?
Today.
And then it will take you to MLS client, and then they will install it. And it will ask for that code, and they'll put that code in.
So this is what they see when they click that link?
Yes.
Okay, so I just sent it to somebody and they're.
Okay, did you send the generic one?
I sent the one that's right here,
Okay, that's generic.
okay,
Okay,
I'm just trying it out.
Yeah.
This is a.
well,
You might wanna send the one with you, is what I think it's getting.
no, what it is you want to. You want to go to your contacts in the matrix,
Okay,
and you want to click on them. And then you want to share your app from there. It is a specific number to that client to connect them to the MLS. Okay, if you already have them set up on an auto email, you want them to get their specific code. That way they can see all of it. It connects it. The generic is for a client that you've just met, somebody that's, or prospect, whatever, however you want to use the terminology. If you're in an open house, you want to share my app, then it comes in as a lead, and then you can work on converting them to a client,
okay,
okay? Clear as mud?
Yep.
yeah, because I picked on a contact. So how do I get that link to the contact I clicked on?
Okay,
Does that make sense?
so you're gonna click on the contact.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna scroll down where it says share my app. In the contact name at the top, share my app. And it will pull up a number specifically for that person.
Okay.
What's the benefit of it coming in as a lead? Or it just coming in and putting their contact information in first and sending it?
Sometimes somebody in an open house may not be likely to give you all their information, but they may download your app,
Weird.
okay? And again, you can either text it or you can send by email. Okay? Questions?
So when I try and send it to this contact by SMS, it still wants me to enter like a to somebody. I guess I thought it would just automatically send it to that person's information.
Do you have their phone number and their email in your contact?
My email.
Yeah,
because I only put emails in my contacts, I don't put the phone number.
yeah, so if you don't have all the information, it's not going to go. So if you only have an email, it's only gonna go. They're gonna ask you for the phone number, okay?
Yep.
So discover MLS Touch. This has videos that you can watch, things you can see, information about it. Technical support. This is the core logic. If you're having issues with the app, it's not working properly, these are the people that you reach out to. Because we're just going to reach out, have to give them all your information. This way, when you do this, it pulls up everything. It pulls up what kind of device you're on, all the information, so to help the technical support. See if you can see it. Okay, so it pulls up that it's an Android, what version, everything about it, your ID. It pulls all this up to support so that they can see what the issue is, okay, that they're better suited to help you. Okay? Any questions on that? So if you have a new listing, you can post it to Facebook. All right. Saved searches. This is what I was talking about. MLS Touch is the first saved search. So there's no saved searches. I don't have any. This, if you put a search in here, it only goes to the app. It does not go back to the MLS. Okay? But if you come over to Matrix, so there's one that I put in because we had technical difficulty, couldn't see how fast. It goes in immediate. So as soon as you save it in the MLS, it's here. Yeah.
So I just want to make sure I understand this. So I have to go to my computer to that matrix, not through the app at all.
Correct.
So you can't.
You
do a
can't-
search with somebody on the spot,
You can.
but it doesn't record it back to the matrix.
Does not record it back to Matrix. Exactly. So if you've already gone through the trouble of saving it as an auto email, all you have to do is save it as a saved search also. And it's there and you have them out there, you can pull up whatever the client's name is. And you can see the search.
So if I go in and so I've got stuff in the matrix, I've got it applied to my app, through the method you just said. What if I go ahead and I do a search on a site with somebody on the app? It's not back at the matrix, but then when I go back, I try and take that, put it in the matrix, will be duplicated now in my app?
It will be two places. It will be MLS Touch. And if you go in and make it in Matrix, then it'll be in two places. Right?
Again, can we see when they open this in the app or in the matrix? Can we see what they've viewed?
They have the same thing, favorites and things like that, that'll show up, yes.
And that shows up in the app.
Yeah.
Look there, okay.
No, it'll show up in Matrix too. So if they heart it.
Yeah.
Here, it's just like hearting it in Matrix.
But
Let me rephrase, it is supposed to. If it doesn't, let us know, because something might have broke,
I'm just
okay?
wondering, and I'm sure she is too, because we're usually on the fly, we don't have our computer always in front of us.
Right,
Can I look on my phone and say, oh, they hearted this one? And that's why they just texted me about it, so I'm gonna show them that. In other words, can I look on the app and see where they hearted it, or do I have to go someone.
If you go into-
They open the app, they open my email, it shows me on the matrix. And I call them, hey, just wanted to check in, have you seen any houses you want to? Yes, it's a little creepy, but that's when I start the conversation again.
That's why I no longer work with her, she creeped me out, I'm sure.
And
Okay, if you go into your client,
There's other creepy agents that she, you know, I'm just as creepy or worse.
But you know what I mean, will I be able to see when they open it? And not just when they hit favorites, because my people don't hit favorites, but I know when they've opened the app and they've looked.
Yeah.
The matrix shows me, here,
yeah, I know what you're talking about, but
talk to your people.
honestly, I don't know the answer to it,
And that's okay. That's okay.
okay? Because we don't have clients, we have to try it out and,
That's all right, that's a good answer.
okay?
We'll offer those suggestions later down the road.
That's perfectly fine. Send us an email, help@mlsnow.com. If you have suggestions, if you want if things are a problem, send us emails, let us know. I mean, we reach out to them every day for things to change and do things. Right? So if you have a cart set up for them, you can see that something's in there, a house, favorites, discarded, messages. These messages are between you and the client, and they are only seen in MLS Touch. So you can have private messages going back and forth in Touch, but it's only in Touch. You cannot, as of the moment, see it in Matrix. Right? You're killing me.
Sorry.
All right. So the reason I'm telling you to do the save searches is because with the maps, you don't have the layers that you can turn on. You can't see shapes and things like that. So if you have a client looking for a specific place and you've drawn shapes, you want to go in and you want to have those saved searches so that you can come in and say, okay, here's my shape that I have drawn. Maybe, okay, and then it has the houses that are there. You can pull up the houses. You can set up showings if they have the attachments there. I don't know if this one does. Doesn't look like this one has any attachments. So if the attachments are there, you'll be able to pull up the attachments, the supplements, or whatever they put in. If they have them, they will be there. Also, you can share it. If you're out and see something, you can share it with a client. Showing time, showing request, you click on that and you can set up a showing directly through it. If it's something you want to save, again, you can add it to your client's cart. Okay. Information about the properties there. This is part of the change that's coming. So we have private notes, which are the messages, general information, public remarks. The private remarks here are the broker remarks. Okay. So with one of the changes that is coming, so that everybody knows, it is we are going to be conforming to the national standard of terminology so that all the agents that are in multiple MLSs, everybody's using the same terminology. So watch for the change in terminology as we start posting them. And in the app, all you have to do is slide pictures. Right, so the pictures come through. All right. So you eliminate your issue with the other one in the MLS of not being able to see multiple photos. So your hot sheets are different. You can set up to 10 cities in hot sheets. And you can set up all the property types that we have, you can set them all up for hot sheets. And it gives you the information for 1 to 30 days. If you have any listings, they will show up here and you will be able to post them to your Facebook directly through the app if that's something you want to do. Advanced searches, so if you're out, you can come in and you can do. Excuse me, you can do, the 3 we've chosen is city, zip code, and school district. Address. And it is a lot like the MLS, you start typing in a number and it'll bring things up. Okay, so you have a couple letters, Akron comes up. Akron is chosen. Apply it. So now your city that you've chosen is Akron. And if you start typing. It'll tell you whether or not it is listed or not. Okay. If you know the MLS number, you can type in MLS numbers. So if your client gives you one, you can do it that way. Map search, you can come in with a map. The drawing tool is a little difficult, but you can come in and draw shapes and it'll give you the listing in that area. Then you have the map view, then you can click over to the list view and start seeing the properties. And if that's a search you want to save, all you have to do is hit the save. Questions? Let's see, what's the questions here? Okay, so. All right, so when you get the app, so the question is how to find it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in and you're gonna choose your state. So if you are in multiple states that have your license in multiple states, you can go in, you'll have to log out like this, choose the state. So if you're in Ohio, Florida, you're gonna have to switch. So you will choose Ohio, then you'll go next. And the board is MLS Now. Then you will click next. And it'll take you to the login screen, and it is the same login that you use for the MLS. So you put the number and then hit next, and then you would come in and start typing your password. And then once you have your password in, then you would click on go. And it's supposed to go. Oops, something went wrong. MLS Now. There we go. So you do, once you log in, you do have the option to save. So watch where you're going to save if you're going to save. So one of the neat features is InstaView. Okay. If you have a listing and you are within 400, excuse me, 400 feet of it, you can click InstaView and it's listed, the information will automatically come up. I do not recommend doing this. One of our people was driving down the street, pointed her phone, hit InstaView while she was driving, and it pulled up. Be careful doing something like that, all right?
Which one's there's to get?
InstaView is the one right here. So we're gonna see. Oh, wait, it pulls it up.
$14, I'll buy it, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's a rental. Okay, so, what's that?
I pay $14 a month, right?
Per square foot.
Per square foot.
I only need like 3 square foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so that is within 400 feet because it's in the building. And it only has the 2 photos, you can see there, and you can scroll for what the photos are. Just slide back and forth. The information is there. And if you need to contact the agent, you can just click on contact the agent. Realist tax data. Naturally, it didn't pull it up, but. Okay. So that's pretty cool with the InstaView.
$2 million.
Walking the property lines, as in the other app, is not yet available. That is coming with an update. We don't have a timeline on that update. Okay. Your contacts, you can go in and see the sent listings. And because I don't have clients. So if anything went, I don't know why it's not going up. Okay, there we go. So this will show you which ones you have sent. So if you have an auto email set up, so you can go in and see what emails went to them, what properties went to them. Okay,
And where's that found at again?
when you're in your clients,
Contacts?
yep, in your contacts, in the client, it will have sent listings. And then whatever listings were sent to them will be there, okay? Then again, if you want to send private notes back and forth in the app, you can do that here.
Now I have an assistant. Would she be able to
No.
log into my same app and be able to get the notes that I have back and forth with a client?
Not as of the moment. Okay? So if you want to make sure these are on so that they will sync. Under integrations, you want to make sure that those are on. If they're not on, that may be why things are not syncing up. Questions? No, Mansfield is not our MLS. This is only for MLS Touch, is only for MLS Now listings. It is not the Mansfield or any of the other MLSs. So
The app
Columbus,
looks very similar to Ashland and Mansfield's.
there's,
It looks very familiar. The first page looks very familiar. So.
yeah. Okay. All right, what kind of questions do we have? Has anybody been using it? Has it been helpful? Yeah, the instant view, especially if you're out showing, that's gonna be very helpful in my opinion. Because it's like, okay, the one across the street. Didn't fit their criteria, but they want to know about it. You can click on InstaView and it'll pull it up. Real quick, nice and easy. So again, if you have complex searches, if you have shapes drawn, especially, you want to do a saved search. If your search is only by a city or a zip code, you really don't need to save it as a saved search for your client. This is for things that are shapes, things that are complicated. Okay, because you can just go in and you can do a map search if they want the zip code. Like I say, it's pretty easy. Just hit save and it'll save that search in MLS Touch search. So when you're searching by the map, you can come in and add filters. So this is where you would put what property type it is, what price range, bedrooms, bathrooms, anything else You can go in and see it. So if you're out and you want to see open houses, if they're in the MLS, you can click that and see them. Down at the bottom is more criteria, so if you want to search for added things, there's all the different types that you can search with the added. Okay, these are the basics. Most of the time, those are the ones you're going to be using anyways. Questions? So stats, you can pull up stats and it'll give you the statistics for the ones that you have. The one thing we have found that if you're having trouble setting up showings, especially Apple users, if you're having trouble set up showings, that if you go into the app seems to be working when other ways of using your Apple product doesn't work. Just an FYI for Apple users. Yes, there is a difference between Apple users and Android users, iPad users and tablets. So there are differences. You can put this on a tablet, phone. Questions? Any other questions while I'm here? Any questions other than MLS Touch? Like I say, be watching. We're going to have a lot of changes over the next year. So watch for the changes.
With MLS Touch or just with MLS Now?
MLS Now. Okay. So you guys put in your own listings. Give me a second here. Okay. So this is supposed to go live within the next month so that you know. So when you come in and you put in a listing, when you put in your photos, you're going to have a button here called Recipe AI. auto-generate. So when you put in a photo, it is gonna fill in this, which is required. And it's gonna fill in a description.
This is what's coming up now.
This is what's coming for general MLS. Knock on wood, within the next 30 days. Okay, so you can load. And it automatically pulls up what the room is and talks about it. Right? You are going to be responsible to verify that it is correct. If it cannot identify the picture, it will say other, and it may or may not put any verbiage. Right?
But is other okay, or do we have to put something in?
Generally, you're gonna wanna say, because the reason for this is ADA. Okay, American Disability Act, that these are going to, anyone that has a reader, when they're on another website, they can go in and this is what they'll read. This is what will be read to them.
Gotcha. If someone who might be blind, didn't need a description, this is bathroom number 1. This is bedroom number 1.
Yep, and that's what's gonna read to them if they have a reader. So if they're blind, it's gonna read to them. So whatever you have there is going to talk to them. Okay, so yeah, the one that I've done is a set of staircase. Okay, and it says other, but then in the description, it says staircase.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so this is coming. This should be within the next month. You do not have to go back and change your old pictures. It will only be required going forward. But if you go in on an old listing and change photos, then it will be required, and then you'll have to go back through all of your photos and make the change. If you do not like what it says, you can go in, check all, clear description of all of them. Or you can come in, add information, or delete it. All right. So this is coming in the next 30 days. Last time it was supposed to go active, I broke it, so we'll see if I can break it again. All right, and then just like you normally do with your photos, you will click certify and save, and then they will be there. Okay? Questions? All right, well, that's what I got for everybody. Looks like everybody online's already left us.